This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. Rob is visiting Noah this week, and I have breached the security cameras. There was a big commotion overnight when Rob was relaxing in the bathroom, and Noah slipped on his relaxation sauce. Hopefully all is better now. Our IP Livecast starts.
We cut her off. She went too far.
She also slipped on Rob's sauce.
It's a Cyndi Lauper voice all of a sudden. I love that. So what?
Look, Shannon is a New York-based voice robot, so every once in a while her accent comes out.
Yeah. Too far. So, your relaxation sauce, eh?
There
Can't
has
even
been
take a break from relaxing when you're at someone else's house, Rob.
Look, this is fake news. There's been no relaxation while I was here, in the metaphorical sense.
I got you. Hello, Noah.
Hello.
Welcome back, Noah. Welcome to the Livecast.
Thanks for coming all the way to Tucson to bring me back to the show.
Rob, I have to throw a flag here. I don't think you can welcome someone that is like sitting in the same place as you are. You're like right next to her. Isn't this violating some fundamental law of time and space?
No, we're welcoming her to the show. I mean, I've been here for a few days, but
okay.
This is the first time any two of us have been podcasting from the same location since the pandemic, right?
Yes. Oh, for sure.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Wow.
It's also the first time two of us have been together and the others have not been together. We've either been together or all apart.
Yeah.
And it's also the first time the two of us are about to make out on screen.
Oh, come here, Sid. Come here, Sid. Sid, reach up, climb up down into my box here.
This looks so intimate.
Well, it's funny you mention it because Dusty Rhodes Butler points out that Rob and Noah are sitting on the casting couch.
Yes. Well, this is I encouraged Rob to do the show from here so that we can have maximum relaxing time by reclining.
So Noah,
you broke it. Call IKEA. You broke it.
Whoops.
Hope you got the receipt.
Noah does have some lovely recliners, and I have to say, I am a convert now. If you're gonna get a couch and it's not a recliner, you're missing out.
I'm in a recliner right now. Wait, hold on. Good angle to do it.
Show us how you recline.
Very relaxing.
This is almost the Dave Ellefson video. So
yes.
close.
Well, stay tuned for hour 2.
Who's underneath your desk there, Darren?
You still down? Yeah. I cannot reveal that. It'll be on our Patreon. Got to save something for the paying customers.
Good plug.
So how's Arizona so far, Rob?
Arizona's chill. It's hot. It's very hot. It's
hot
during the day. During the daytime, it is. It's over 100 degrees. The inside is chill. It's air conditioned. Outside, very hot.
I have heard from people not from Arizona who go to Arizona that they overkill the air conditioning. So when you are inside, which is the majority of the time, you're fucking freezing. Is that accurate?
Well, that's funny you mentioned that. Yeah, we went to this Vietnamese spot, and they have pho, which is, of course, like a broth-based thing. And when we walk in, it was, in fact, freezing. And I joked to Noah that, like, oh, this is how they get you in the mood for hot soup, is they freeze you because you're in your shorts. You're like, oh, I need to warm up.
Rob likes to conspire against Vietnamese people. I just want to let everybody know.
Wow.
Turning the tables on the meme on this show.
It was a wonderful restaurant. Miss Saigon is the name.
Yep, Miss Saigon.
Delicious.
No, not a copyright infringement.
Promo code Rob to get 10% off your first meal.
What'd you guys have?
No, it was like this grilled chicken on like vermicelli with like they had like a coconut curry sauce that was really nice and like some greens and veggies.
And we had sorry, because we can't skip the appetizer.
Oh,
we
yeah.
had these pork fried egg rolls.
Oh,
put it on like in the lettuce cup with the noodles and
So good.
the pickled carrots and the fish sauce. Lots of good fish sauce.
you know what's funny? Yesterday for lunch, I had Vietnamese and I had those exact same spring rolls.
Oh wow!
we were in Kismet.
I had Vietnamese food this week, but I opted for the banh mi sandwich.
Oh,
Yeah.
very
Oh,
Ooh, very
nice.
delicious.
I wanted to say, whenever someone pronounces "pho" the correct way, like you just did, Rob, it just puts me in the mindset of the old Puerto Rican women of New York. Because if you are a Spanish speaker in our audience, the way that old Puerto Rican women react to a fart or something that smells bad, they go "pho, I pho." And it's exactly phonetically equivalent to the Vietnamese dish of pho.
We need like a food truck, like a fusion Puerto Rican Vietnamese food truck.
Like for me, pho always sounded like a valley girl saying fuck. Like, oh,
Right.
pho.
Ah, they never
Ah.
get like James Hetfield. They never get to that final consonant. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There's supposed to be a K in there somewhere, but it's just yow. He just goes to a yow. I'm your liar.
Pho.
Off to never lair.
Good times. So yeah, we had pho. We've been eating a lot actually. We've
We-
been eating like pigs. We had
We-
barbecue one
yeah.
night,
Mm.
which was lovely. We had some baby back ribs that we split.
How's the barbecue in Arizona?
It was good. No complaints. It was.
And we went like Thursday night, maybe 2 hours before closing. So like that's like the end of the rounds in the kitchen and
Mhm.
stuff, and it was really good. We had
Oh,
burnt
sorry.
end beans. Sorry, Darren.
Mm.
That's
Just-
okay.
Let me paint the whole picture. Hash browns and cornbread that had like the green chilies in it. So good.
Sounds great. I went on a trip with Rob to Texas once, Dallas, and I remember that both of us conferred about it and decided that it was kind of underwhelming, the barbecue over there. So I was wondering.
Yeah, I remember because we went to like a few different places. It wasn't just one, and I was just like, yeah.
Oh, really?
And
I was like, yeah.
Arizona better or worse than Dallas?
Better. I remember being disappointed in Dallas. Here, we very much.
I
enjoyed
didn't even take you to the barbecue place that's like my favorite in town. It's called Smoky Moe's, and it's like just like a small family run place, and their food is just really good. So if anyone's ever in Tucson, like we went to like a big place. It's called I think John's Barbecue, which is it's like a
Looked like a big
bar and
ranch,
everything.
yeah.
There's a venue in the back.
Oh.
But the small joint, the really good one, is called Smoky Moe's.
And is
Yeah,
that a
I will say it's like
Simpson- is that-
passable.
Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
Is that a Simpsons themed restaurant by any chance?
I wish.
Yeah, like I wouldn't say it was like the best barbecue I've ever had, but it wasn't. It was
for Thursday night. It was pretty
Yeah, it
damn
was good. It was good. It was like on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best, I would say it was like a 7. Something like that.
Okay. And Noah, I wanted to ask you, what is that band you have there? It must be good because it's unreadable on your shirt.
Actually, I was wondering, do you have the same shirt, Rob?
No, I don't have any carcass
Okay,
merch.
so it's
Oh,
Carcass.
is that Carcass? I couldn't make it out.
Yeah, so I went to see Carcass a couple of weeks ago. They played in town, and I was telling Rob, like, going to see metal shows in Tucson is like I get to enjoy being a metalhead like all over again. I feel like a reborn metalhead
Mhm.
because for one, so far we've been to 3 different venues, like 3 different metal shows. All the venues, different sizes, all of them really good sound, just like easy to move around, stand anywhere you want, as close, and just like be able to see. Like the metalheads in Tucson are really cool. They're just like so into it. There's none of that like schmoozing that I felt pressure to do in New York with people in the industry or people that I would see like frequently in shows and stuff.
Kiss you
And
on the neck.
Thank you, Sid. Good callback. And the place that I went to see Carcass, it was called I think 121 Tool Street or something. It's like this small venue, reminded me of Lemoore. We got there was parking right up front, but they also had a huge parking lot. I saw Carcass. I was so close to the stage, and the pit was like right in front of me, but it was just like the pit was doing its own thing. No one was being a jerk and like forcing everyone around to like, you know, join or move or whatever. I could like the band was right there, and when I was on the line for merch, um, I went with Avi, and he thinks that this guy was peacocking me, right?
That's the term.
You know,
Just trying to show off.
So I get on the
okay.
line, and I'm wearing my Slayer T-shirt because it's like, you know, if it when in doubt, turn to a Slayer shirt. So I get on the line, and the guy comes in. He's like, "Oh, is this the line for merch?" And I'm like, "Yep, it's right here." And he stands. He's like, "All right, Slayer." I was like, "Yep, you can't go wrong with a Slayer T-shirt." And then he like smiles real big, and he's like, "I'm missing my tooth," you know. And he like shows me like his front tooth is missing, and then he like pulls his shirt up to show me his Slayer tattoo. And then Avi comes, and but this guy was just like one of those metalheads that is very enthusiastic about being there. He was on the he was in front of me actually, so I guess he didn't ask me. It was somebody else who asked me where the line is. But he bought $190 worth of merch. He bought like
So
this
two
limited
hoodies, basically.
That was
No,
a
it
stolen credit card anyway. It's fine.
He bought a T-shirt, a hat, the box set, like a limited edition box set, and a vinyl. And he gave the merch girl a cash tip. He gave her like $10. And this is just like, if you would see him like a guy missing a tooth, you look like an average Joe, like, you know.
Turns out he's a crypto millionaire.
Yeah, right.
Or
And
use his kid's college fund to go to the show.
He's right, like he's not paying his bills. He's like severely in debt. And then when I'm standing in the watching the show, I see him. He's like in the pit. He's like in the front, and I was like, wow, this guy's like just having I just felt him having fun, and I was like, I miss that. I miss being like that into music and all that. But I did feel closer to it, just like being able to experience it in a different place, I guess, is the short version.
I was going to say smiling and showing a missing tooth. I believe that's called the Arizona hello.
I was gonna say I should have known that was a Carcass shirt because you have the rib cage all over it. Anything anatomical, I should know right away is Carcass.
Tools on the back. Tools.
Oh wow, that's very nice. I was gonna say that speaking of tools, did they name the club Tool Street because like they wanted to make sure that teenage girls stayed away from the venue so that they would be scared of the name Tool?
Or like it's O'Toole.
That's clever.
Maybe? It's the name of the street that it's on.
Oh,
we drove by it yesterday.
Yeah, I just don't remember it.
Rob doesn't remember because he has been smoking all the time.
That's another thing.
That
Believe it or not, I enjoy marijuana, and recreational weed is legal here. And so far, I have to say, I've complained about taxes in Vegas. I've complained about the taxes in California. The prices here in Arizona are mind-blowingly reasonable.
Oh, that's nice.
You can get 1 gram joints for like $8 with tax.
So prices for weed or prices in general are lower?
Well, I was saying prices for weed, but I do feel like in general, cost of living is a little lower, but it depends.
It's gotten higher though. Ever since I moved here, like over the last year, like I feel like now I'm paying what I used to pay.
Noah's brought the gentrification. Yeah, like we went to a coffee shop this morning. I feel like we paid what I would pay. It was like I got a coffee and a sandwich, and it was $11. So it's like that's what it would be.
So no, it's like when you sign up for Optimum, you get 1 year where it's kind of decent, and then you just jack up the prices.
Then a guy in a lobster suit shows up and asks for more money.
Now, Rob, I want to ask you a follow-up question. You said seem to be very happy recreational weed is legal there. Isn't it legal where you live? Or am I mistaken? These laws keep changing.
It is, but there's no shops yet. I can't just walk into a shop and get like a nice experience.
Am I like maybe I'm imagining or I'm misunderstanding but like I see these shops everywhere. There's like CBD shops all over Manhattan. And they just sell
CBD is
paraphernalia or
CBD is not. It doesn't get you high. I mean, it like numbs your. I don't count that. I mean,
no
like
THC.
THC.
There's no THC
There
in
are
CBD.
THC shops popping up, but they're not technically legal. They're not illegal, but the New York government has yet to distribute any licenses for.
I just thought CBD was like some legal loophole. They had to put that up and they just sold weed.
No, CBD is the non-psychoactive.
Oh yeah, I know what it is. I'm
element.
just saying, like, I thought they had to say that for legal reasons, and it was just a
No.
weed shop.
No, it's like it's a different type of thing. I don't really. I mean, I do have like CBD gummies. They're good for like sleeping if it's hard to sleep, but that's as far as my. Wait, did I say CBT
No.
or
You
CBD?
didn't. He's just joking. Dusty Rhodes Muffler said Rob likes CBT.
Yeah.
Which it's like, wait a minute, is this a Freudian slip for me?
I mean,
or-
I didn't hear you say it.
Have you ever put CBD oil on your balls before doing some CBT?
I have not, but I have seen CBD lube, which I just don't understand. Like, why would you want to numb your dick?
Well, maybe it's to numb the person's butthole.
Oh,
rather.
that's true. That's true.
You're always thinking of yourself, Rob. Come on.
Man.
I mean,
a
if you
fair
put it
point.
on the butthole and then you put your dick through the butthole, it's going to get on your dick too. So everything's going to get numbed, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a good
Or
point.
more relaxed.
Well, maybe you
I
wear
guess-
a condom and then you don't get that stuff on there.
Rob
Also,
doesn't
I guess
use
it could be-
condoms.
It could be not so much for penetrative sex, but like a little toy pleasure. Like put a little CBD oil on a dildo and shove it up there.
Don't you want the dildo to feel something, Rob? Or are you just that
Well, Rob's the
inconsiderate?
top. From what
Rob,
we talked
I've
about.
I've got a product to pitch you, Rob. All right, it's a CBD gummy, but it's shaped as a full-size dildo.
Wow, that's a lot of
So
gummy.
you could fuck a dude with it, and then you eat the gummy. You take a bite at a time.
I don't think that would work.
So he gets less and less cock every like bite that you
But
take.
more and more CBD.
Oh, so the guy taking the dick is also eating the gummy, or the top
Well,
is eating
I
the
mean,
gummy?
if he breaks a little bit off in there, that's
I just
Do you
imagine
know, like,
sitting
a-
on Shark
State
Tank.
I don't think-
Tucson.
I don't think you understand how gummies and dildos work. If you think,
Here, Sid, let Rob show you.
yeah, like,
I don't think is a gummy hard enough to penetrate somebody? It seems
Put it in
very
the freezer.
floppy.
Could.
a
Well,
freezer maybe.
what about those like
That's
dogs
cool.
that are like wobbly? You know, they're like that like jelly material.
Yeah.
No, that's
That passes
silicone.
gum. I know, but that could. No, well, there's the hard ones, but there's also like the wobbly ones. Like remember when in that movie where they're like ass to ass and it was like that big dildo. It was like wobbly.
That's silicone
For a
though.
dream?
Requiem for a
Yeah.
Dream. Yeah.
Requiem for a Dream. Thanks.
Yeah, no, I don't think. And as Drinker Daddy points out, the gummies would melt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that true? I thought they were like.
Yeah.
That's
My
okay.
nephew sent me a bag of gummy bears in the mail, like a
Oh, I
snack
thought that was
size.
going somewhere else.
And it came in as liquid because it's so freaking hot outside.
Your butthole is tight.
Well, Rob's for sure. Mine, I don't know about that.
He's selfish.
Yeah, I'll accept a rim job. If someone wants to lick me down there, go for it.
That's
Wait.
not changing the tightness. That's not what I meant. Selfish.
That absolutely is changing the tightness.
What?
sir.
Maybe temporarily, but you're not walking around with a dribbly butthole off of getting licked down there.
Dribbly.
Yeah,
Fuck
little
with the
drips,
dribbly
little
butthole.
driplets.
You should get that checked out if that's happening.
I don't have that.
I just imagine Rob's butthole like on the basketball court, like
As
dribbling a ball and
Oh.
taking that 3-point shot.
Wait, his asshole itself is a living entity dribbling a basketball and shooting, you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
When you describe it as a dribbly butthole.
That's
just
hard
what
to
I
think
imagine.
of. Like a hole is like an absence of matter. It's so weird to think of a hole like dribbling a basketball.
With like 2 stick legs and like sneakers, you know?
I imagine it's like the goatse image, but with
Oh.
feet.
Or like the entire colon, like the whole tract that we don't usually see. It's just
Oh my
running down
God.
with a basketball, like Teen Wolf with a basketball jersey on.
Now I'm picturing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
As a colon? Like an
Yes.
alternate universe where humans evolved as just walking colons, and he's still, the people are the same people. Like we all have a
he's
counterpart
very,
in the
like,
colon
tall
world.
and thin. He could be like made of that material now, for all we know.
Yeah, I mean, they say that our GI tract is like 75 miles long or something if you unravel
Goddamn,
it.
yeah.
So
That could dunk.
hell yeah.
Crazy.
Dusty Rhodes Muffler in the chat asks, "Is Noah still doing Krav Maga?"
I was not doing Krav Maga ever, but I am doing jujitsu. Thank you for asking.
Can you give Rob a quick kick? Or simulate a kick to Rob's
There's no
face?
kicks in jujitsu.
Can you take
Okay.
Rob down? Pass him around?
She took me downtown actually, and we had some sushi last night.
God,
It was nice.
yeah, Vietnamese food and barbecue and sushi.
Yep.
We were talking about getting steak tonight, but then we're like, "Is that too much?"
No,
You're right. It's not.
we're gonna be active after this and work our stomachs for the steaks.
Yeah, we're gonna go take a hike, pal.
And see some mountain lions.
Maybe.
Oh, so I wanted to bring up because I stopped smoking weed, and so I went with Rob to one of the dispensaries. I went in with him, and first of all, it was like such an operation. It was such an interesting experience, and so there's basically like you check in, there's security guards at the door, and then they send you on a line. There's like a numbered line, and like Rob was like so in his own world that he went to a part of the line like there's nobody there. They're like, oh, go stand at number 2. So instead of just going to where the number 2 sign was, he went all the way to like where the like podiums are, like the ropes, and at the front of that where he went, he just stood there. There's a guy at a table trying to sell some vapes.
Like the way, when you go to a supermarket and there's like samples of like
Mhm.
a hot dog. There was a
Yeah.
guy with his hand trying to push vapes. Like, hey, do you like vapes? And I was like, no. It's like,
Yeah, but-
well, you should try one of these vapes.
He's like, oh well, I'll give you a free one, like an extra one if you buy one, and
Oh.
like you make your purchase. And he's like, this guy is like being like very like polite, and it's just like a dude in like a tank top and a ponytail, and he's got like this mustache.
He's basically a Matthew McConaughey character.
Oh.
And Rob is just like, no thanks. But Rob just keeps standing there. So the guy's like, okay, cool. Well, I got all these flavors. And Rob's like, cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And again, just like standing there, like in his own world. And then the guy goes, he's like, oh, well, the front of the line is on the other side where the numbers are, like.
I thought I was at the front of the line. That's why I was still standing there, but it was
But
not
it was
the
like
front of the line.
the other side of the
Totally.
dispensary. There's like nothing going on except for this guy at the
Oh,
table.
for fuck's sake.
And he gave, like, Rob gave this guy like this hope, like, finally I'm gonna make a sale. I'm gonna tell my managers I sold a bunch. Like, look at this guy, like he's probably really into vaping.
And then not only is Rob not buying anything, but he's standing there blocking anyone else who might
He's
want
just
to.
loitering. He's loitering around this guy's table, and he's
shaming
trying to
him.
make a sale. So then we just go to where initially we were supposed, instead of going through the whole rope system, Rob goes to the place where the number is, where they're waiting to let us into this other like secret room. And then it's like Santa's workshop. There's all these like people behind like the glass who are like transporting boxes and in the refrigerator and all these things.
Yeah, like
And-
all the inventory is like on the walls, basically.
Yeah. And the cat is on the bench next to our camera.
At any moment, Noah's
Oh.
cat might knock over our camera.
So just
so
to let you guys know.
just to let you know.
And then, like the clerk was very helpful.
And
Was that little song there?
His paw wet in the wire for our camera, and I thought he was, and he jumped down, and I thought he was going to take it with him.
Are you sure it's that and not that somebody tipped and your lovin's went off? That's for all the pervs in the chat.
Turn into Turn it
This
to
chair
Mariah
also-
Carey for a second.
What I did like about this particular dispensary, I think it was called like Earth's Nourishment or
It
something.
was like
Oh,
Earth's
for
healing.
fuck's sake.
Earth's Healing, is that I bought a bunch of joints and he was like, "Hey, would you like a free joint? You just have to give us a 5-star review on Google right now." And I was like, "Done?"
And by the way, when I looked this up because it was like on the way home and I knew there would be a parking lot there, I was like, oh wow, they have like 3,995 reviews, like 5 stars. This place is going to be great. But I guess they offered
Bribery.
that many people a bribe. Yeah.
So did you actually have to write a fucking like bullshit review of a few sentences or just click 5 stars?
Yeah, I wrote like 2 sentences like, "Oh, great selection," and the guy who helped me, I said his name, was very helpful.
Oh, that
Well,
was nice.
Rob's review is up there, so anyone who wants
Yeah.
to see.
So they didn't want Yelp; they only wanted Google. Have
Yeah.
Google reviews surpassed Yelp in
By
the
a lot.
zeitgeist?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm sure.
No one uses Yelp.
I don't really. I like
Well-
Yelp is like.
Well,
Someone we
someone.
know still, not as much. I need to
Have you
do a
read
search
any
and
new
see if our friend.
reviews?
Yeah, just one one since like February. It's depressing.
Well, he probably didn't hasn't left his house much because of COVID.
Oh no, I think he's out.
No, he's. Are you kidding? He's a man about town. He's got like 150 reviews up there since COVID.
Oh,
It's not
Dusty
been the
Rose,
last few months.
Dusty Rose Muffler asked Noah, "Would you take edibles even though you don't smoke?"
I think it depends. It's not that I don't smoke because of I don't want smoke in my lungs or something. It's more just I don't want to be high anymore. But
Same.
if I wasn't doing anything, like if we weren't active today and we could just lay around and just be lazy,
I mean, you
then
could.
I mean, we could. Yeah.
we were watching Simpsons last night and it would have been great to be high for that. But I don't like being high before eating, especially if we're pigging out. I don't like to eat raw fish stoned or steak stoned because it just reminds me that it's like it was a living thing. I don't know. I just overthink it, as you can see.
Fair.
Interesting.
But I would, but I would rather spend the day doing activities with Rob rather than just laying around.
Any archery? Are you going to do some archery today?
I hope not. Just
No.
walking. Let's hope.
Yeah, we're just gonna go. I'm gonna show Rob a different environment.
If
And
Rob
then-
does some archery and he sucks at it, he might kill someone, and then the Arizona police will show up at my door here.
APB.
Deuterino asked, "How are my allergies?" They're actually when I first got here, I definitely felt like a sinus.
And I have a cat.
Situation,
I'm surprised
yeah.
you're not allergic to the cat. To Buzz.
Yeah, Buzzy's been pretty chill. I've been alright. Buzzy's one of the first cats where I'm not heaving. So that's been nice.
He's so cute.
But speaking of heaving, our good friend Vince Neil is back in the news.
Oh,
'cause
no.
the man needs money. And
Wait, we're paying him for this?
We're not paying him for this,
Oh,
but
good.
I'm so
news
excited
channels?
because now that the weather is getting warmer, it means that the Motley Crue reunion tour is right around the corner, and we're gonna have tons of footage
Oh, boy.
of Vince Neil. But in anticipation of Vince Neil's return to the stage, he is now signed up as a spokesperson for the Dollar Loan Center. Let's see if we can get
What?
this.
Alone?
Yes.
That's great because he's alone in life.
Wait, this is like that card that Ja Rule was promoting?
It's very similar, yes. So let's see.
Oh, no.
Can you guys hear it?
Yes.
Oh, I can't hear it that well. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
What? He's on a Zamboni, but it seems like it's CG.
Oh, weird. Where are you, Vince? Also, this music is really bad.
This is
It's
like a
like
Motley
it's-
Crue
yeah.
done by WCW theme song writers.
And there's hot blondes pushing levers, granting loans. Oh, here's Vince.
Oh, what happened?
Here's the funny thing about this.
Yeah! All right. That loan approval machine rocks.
I don't have to drive the Zamboni for a living anymore.
Why is he on
graphic.
this?
Wow.
He's at work. That's the whole point of this
I don't-
thing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell my boss to go fuck himself now, man. Fuck this Zamboni. Get the fuck out of here. What I love about that commercial is that they got a like we both just discussed. They got some like fake low rent Motley Crue music, but they didn't get Vince Neil to sing it.
Oh no, they don't
Oh
have-
yeah,
Oh,
probably.
that's a good point.
They wanted someone who could
And
actually
you know what's
sing.
interesting is like it looks like they got one for Flavor Flav too.
Oh no.
Oh no! Wait, before you do that, can I just? What is that Matt Hardy with the bald hairline? He's got the
So wait, it's the same music for the Flava Flav one?
he's
It's
on a
the same
Zamboni
one?
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, I'm driving a Zamboni for work, man. So stupid. It's
Wow.
It fit the Vince Neil one. It sounds like a
Yeah.
low-end Vince Neil, like 99-cent store Vince Neil.
You know, there's like a 6 degree of separation between Flavor Flav and Vince Neil. Do you guys know what it is?
Go ahead.
What's that?
They're both in this
So-
commercial.
Yes, but before that, both of them worked for VH1 on reality TV shows. Vince
Oh.
Neil was on
Vince
The
Neil
Surreal
do
Life. He
Yeah.
was on The
What's-
Surreal Life. Was like one of my favorite reality TV shows. And then Flavor Flav did Flavor of Love, which also
He was
I
also
love.
both of them were
Yeah.
on the Surreal Life actually.
Yeah.
Flavor.
Oh
Flavor
yeah, they were
Flav.
both on Surreal Life. You're right.
Yeah, and
that's
then
that's
the
where they
Flavor
were.
of Love
Vince
was
Neil
his offshoot.
I just feel like they should have
I
got
miss
some low rent, like fake Public Enemy music to just sing about loancenter.com or whatever the fuck this is. Like, just get that guy to do that, you know.
That's really strange.
Bees, how low can our interest rates go?
Wow. Is that the only two? Are there any other washed up musicians that did these commercials that we could find? Or is it just
Well,
those two?
And also, like, what's the fine print in that? Like,
Oh
what
my god.
what is going to be the damage to the people signing up for
Just
this?
If you don't
insane
if you don't pay back on time, Vince Neil has to crash at your apartment.
Yeah, they film another season of The Surreal Life with these two drunk fucks living in your living room for 6 months.
Yeah, those were the only ads they've released so far.
I think imagine if this is like community service. Like instead of making you like work in a park, they just send you to do ads for like loancenter.com or whatever the fuck this is.
Oh, there's also who's Rick Harrison? There's a Rick Harrison one too.
I don't know who that.
Is that the fifth Beatle?
Rick Harrison, American businessman. He's on Pawn Stars.
He's on a Zamboni too. What is this line of like fake celebrities that just had to climb onto this dirty ass Zamboni like after this? Oh, same song again.
Oh, but the license plate is different.
Yeah, they change it up for each.
And they're not even. They just photoshopped it. It's not even like
Well, the whole thing is, yeah.
it's all one shot. They
Oh
did
my
this all in
God.
one day.
Wow, this was a very bad idea for whoever pitched this.
What about the poor guy? Like Vince Neil at least got them to tailor the music to his style. These other people have to go in with this Vince Neil music.
Also, why do we have hot chicks here? Like, what is this?
Why not?
Because
Oh,
hot
is
chicks
that-
think it's okay?
It's the commish. I know who this is now.
Absolutely priceless.
Oh yeah.
Drake or Daddy says the best I could do on the Zamboni is $500.
If
Well,
you're an
sold.
Arizona homeowner, 20
Oh, that's enough.
All right. Oh, you're getting Arizona targeted ads because of
Oh,
your
wow.
Yeah.
IP?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay.
So yeah, Vince Neil will not say no to money, whether it be a cameo, whether it be a Zamboni ride for a loan shark.
Fake exercise weight loss fads.
Oh,
So that's what's so exciting. I don't know if you remember last year, before the tour got delayed another year, Neil was like, "Oh, I have a personal trainer. I'm getting in the best shape of my life." His wife posted a video of him at the gym, which looked brutal. So now it's 1 year later. The tour starts in about a month. I think July is when this tour. And if you remember, the worst seats in the house, like nosebleeds, were like $120 a ticket. So this is an expensive tour.
And just to be
Will-
clear, this is Motley Crue, not like Vince Neil with four guys, right?
Yes. So of course, as we've as we've watched his solo shows, we've seen he's not in good shape. So, and actually, Jeremy in the chat, photographer Jeremy Stafford points out that Europe, Grim Reaper, and Grindcore and a Grindcore band from Boston have done some insurance commercials. That is true. That is indeed true.
Are they on the Zamboni too, or
no Zambonis though? I don't think.
Are there commercials as punishing as that one?
Well, let's see. Let's look up.
It's the final countdown to great loan savings on the Zamboni.
And those seem like I'd more on par with who should be doing those commercials. Like Vince Neil and Flava Flav, you'd think even at this point are a little bit too good for like local loan center commercials. The Pawn Stars guy, I have no idea. I guess he's probably more famous than either of those other two at this point.
Agreed.
But
Well, maybe,
yeah.
I mean, maybe Flavor Flav might be more famous than him. I think it's very close. I would
Yeah.
say.
I always liked Flavor Flav,
Yeah. I mean,
and it was not so like I was never familiar with his music. It was just from like the reality TV shows.
seems like an okay enough dude. He doesn't have any
Just like a
scandals
fun
or
hang.
hasn't beat women or anything, right?
Was he
Did he?
really dating Brigitte Nielsen?
Yeah.
That was real, right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, it was alleged to be real. They claimed it was real. You never know.
Yeah.
In 1991, Flav pleaded guilty to assaulting his then girlfriend and served 30 days in jail, lost custody of his children, and sank deeper into addiction.
Never mind.
In 93, Flav was charged with attempted murder and imprisoned for 90 days for shooting at his neighbor.
I thought that one was a fake rap though, wasn't that? Or am I mistaken? That one I knew about.
Later that year, Flav was charged with domestic violence and cocaine
okay.
and marijuana charges.
Okay.
Checked
didn't
into
know.
Betty Ford.
If I didn't know about it, it didn't happen.
Well, no, really, honestly, didn't know about that. I retract what I said.
Yeah.
In 2002, Flav spent 9 weeks in Rikers Island for driving with a suspended license, numerous parking tickets, and tardiness for probation appointments.
Oh, well, that's okay.
I don't care.
I can't believe how much someone being on TV like makes them likable.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. Well, I just liked him from his music, but I mean, I never think I ever watched 1 second of those shows, but I just didn't. I guess I didn't follow his personal life closely enough.
Yeah,
So
so
here's
here's another like.
It was that Europe commercial.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I remember this. This is the Geico one
Oh yeah,
with the microwave.
yeah. This is a big. This is like a national commercial. This was huge for this band.
Oh, this is cool. This
Yeah.
is cool. I can't hear the sound, and I see it's cool.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do.
Blow up.
Yeah.
If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to
Oh,
Geico.
look at that.
It's what you do.
Oh, grooving.
She's into it. Yeah, that was on every 3 seconds on every
Yeah.
sports contest for like a year.
I'm talking more like the local 2-cent commercials, like we just saw. That it's just sad that somebody would have to do that, but that wasn't as huge.
The assembly line where they plop your ass down on a Zamboni, move you out, and get the next guy in.
Yeah, exactly. For just a Zamboni for no fucking reason. Like, I guess maybe the people who own the insurance company also own a stake in that hockey arena.
Yeah.
Just in the off season, they're trying to make it work however they can.
And they just think hockey fans need loans more than other people, probably. For one reason, bail, punching people in the mouth.
Yeah.
Over consumption of beer.
Yes. Got to get more beer.
Need more beer? Get a loan.
So it's called Dollar Loan Center. Does that mean they only loan you $1 at a time, or you only have to put $1 down? How does that work?
I'm gonna guess here, in all sincerity, like they're trying to brand themselves like they're the dollar store of loans.
Oh
Like
my God.
like you're getting a great rate, and it's cheap and it's no frills, and you get a good loan. That's my guess.
And Vince Neil's there.
He literally stands there when you sign your loan, like it's part of the deal.
He's gonna need a loan when he falls off a stage again during this tour and needs fucking back surgery. So it's good he's got this hookup.
Vince doesn't have any health care.
No. No, he's uninsurable. His entire everything about him is a pre-existing condition.
Well, McMars.
Oh my God.
I hope he got his insurance on point before that shit happened to him.
Nikki Sixx just has to go and pay all these people's bills. Very annoying for him.
Does he? Who has the most? I guess Tommy Lee has the most money of all the Motley Crues, right?
I don't know, because didn't Nikki Sixx write all the songs? So he might have gotten more royalties through the years just from being the primary songwriter.
Tommy has the Pam and Tommy show.
That's what I was gonna say. I would believe that Nikki Sixx made the most money from Motley Crue, but I think Tommy Lee has the biggest net worth.
And didn't Nikki write that book that they then made the movie based on? So I don't know. I feel like somehow Nikki might have the most money. He's probably also had fewer divorces than Tommy has.
What we do know for sure is that Vince has the least amount of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing the fucking Zamboni. He's riding the Zamboni for money. But at least Tommy Lee seems like a really nice guy. Like he's never had any domestic scandals or anything, right? That was a joke. I'm doing a Flavor Flav callback. He's had a lot of scandals.
Okay, all right, you guys are right. Nikki Sixx, 45 million. Tommy Lee, 70 million.
Oh, but see, even that, I thought Nikki Sixx would be farther apart from Tommy Lee.
Vince Neil, 50. So even Vince is ahead of Nikki.
That cannot be accurate.
Let's get it, guys. Guess on Mick Mars.
Let's see. It depends a lot on whether he has good insurance or not. 12 million.
Higher.
12.1.
70. He's tied with Tommy somehow.
Get the fuck out. How does he? He hasn't done shit since Motley Crue. What is he? I guess because he didn't spend any of it.
Nikki Sixx has the least of any of them. It doesn't make any sense. It has to be wrong.
Yeah, that's got someone just making up numbers on that website. That's
Celebrity net worth. Yeah, that's fucking strange.
How do those websites aggregate information? Like, how do you get access to people's personal bank accounts to know their net worth?
I think they just estimate. Like they look at everything they've done in their career and their lifestyle, and they probably just estimate, and it's probably a good estimation in some cases and not so good in other cases. Is my
what about
theory.
like other investments they have, like stocks or rentals and all that stuff?
Right. If I was running that site, I would look at Nikki Sixx and I would go, how much can I reasonably say he made from Motley Crue, all his other ventures, touring, and how much of a dickhead was he and how much did he blow through it? That would be how I would operate that site. And then just take a guess. But Mick Mars is like peeing into a bedpan for like 15 years. How does he have that's like, what is he doing?
Maybe like there was some kind of medical malpractice settlement he got?
He went to Jeffrey Ziff and Associates. Oh, that's the traffic ticket guy. Wait, hold on. What is the New York City guy that does the malpractice?
Oh my God.
Is it Celino and Barnes or some other?
Celino and Barnes, injury attorneys.
Yeah.
8888. 8888.
Yeah, that used to be it.
Dead now.
No, Celino's alive and Barnes is dead, I think. Am I wrong on that?
Yeah, Celino's peace out.
I thought Barnes died. Oh, the Barnes
firm.
Yeah,
injury attorneys.
Anyway, not to give free promotion, but Noah, it's now 808 million. That's their number. 808 million, and it's just 8 with 6 zeros after it.
That's probably the range of money they could get you.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 808 million.
That's how much money they screwed out of their clientele over the 10 years or so.
They got Vince Neil a lot of money when he crashed that Zamboni. That's why he's worth $50 million on that website. There's some faulty wiring in there under the hood.
Jeremy says none of those things are accurate. On one of those sites, it says I'm worth like $16 million. I am maybe worth $16.
Get out! How do you have an entry? Like, I thought they only did. Like, no offense, I mean, but I thought it was only celebrities.
I was
Just look
looking at the
yourself up on
chat.
there.
I was looking at the chat, and Jeremy Saffer, like the photographer.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh,
What?
wow. Okay. I thought it was our friend Jeremy from our that used to be in our Discord. Sorry, Jeremy.
Oh,
That's amazing.
My
I didn't know we had a
God.
celebrity in the chat.
Yeah, no, I think it's all kind of just they just make it up based on like they have like some formula based. Okay, this guy worked with these people, he must be making this much money.
I mean, I work with Robert, but I'm not a millionaire like he is.
Rob, what's your net worth on Celebrity Net Worth? Can
You
we
won't
look that
tell
up?
me.
You won't tell me. We got the internet.
Yeah.
Fuck Rob.
Let's see. Actually, yeah, let's. Robert
see.
Pazzabini.
It's not going to come up.
Net worth.
Pazzabini.
Well, I see
maybe it
Robert Pazzabini wife. Someone has Googled that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to be disappointed
No, I
with that
always-
results.
I don't see his net worth. I only see his wiki feed entry. Sadly, Rob doesn't
No.
have a wiki feed.
Let's see.
The Noah
you
might
have to
after this
update your-
episode.
You can't see my feet.
For a moment there, we could.
Yeah, your angle is a little different because I saw you went to tell something Rob privately, and you did one of these, but your head was still in the shot.
Don't.
I'm sure Dusty Rhodes Muffler has a few screen grabs already.
I've done that too. Like I 'cause-
Oh,
no. It's talking about the ducking. That too, I have, but that's another on the Patreon. But like I when the app we use for some reason, like my view is not exactly the same as what gets seen. So I was one time
Aw,
I did one of
man.
those like contorting
So did you
myself
see
to
the-
get something, and like it was totally visible on the playback.
So can you see the patch of hair that I missed shaving my legs?
Let me see. I don't see anything right now on your
Yeah.
legs because the ribbon of your Twitter handles is covering it. But like at a
good.
different angle, it wasn't covered.
Okay. I always miss my knees, so I always like have like smooth legs up until my knees, and then it's like just like a ball of hair, hairy knees.
I do very clearly
Rob's
see
weird.
Rob's bulge, though. It's very visible.
I think he's got a hernia.
He was riding that Zamboni earlier.
He got stuck in a ditch. He had to push it out, and he tore his guts open.
He just did one of those Magnum PI, or Starsky and Hutch. He hopped onto the Zamboni and he landed running the gear shift.
I love it. He straightened up.
I'm okay. Is this better now? Do I look sexier?
I mean, I never said it was bad. I just said I see it. You can sit any way you like. You don't have to adjust anything.
I'm just like, there's a professional photographer, and I just feel like a little intimidated with this crooked shot that we have.
Jeremy seems like a great guy. I don't think why would he?
I know
not
he's
sitting
very
here-
humble, but
He's not judging you.
I know who he is.
Jeremy, do you think her pose, in your professional opinion, is photogenic or? Make her
Yeah,
feel
like
good?
what Rob and I look like right now. Is this art?
Rob looks like he's got one baby arm and one like giant fat arm. It's like
Oh my
really
God!
weird
It's
the way
just the angle. Yeah, it's like
it's like fucking your mom took like only half a dose of thalidomide when you were in her stomach, so
He
you're
says-
like half right and half damaged.
wow. Is that really your arm, or just the way the camera is? Because I'm just noticing. I'm gonna look back at old episodes.
I
now.
guess Rob must whack off with his left hand because it's all that's
Oh my
where all
God.
the
Or the image could be flipped because he's wearing a Nine Inch
right.
Nails shirt and it's totally symmetrical.
Yeah, wait, Rob, which one is your left hand? I don't know if it's flipped or not. Show us, wave your left hand. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Okay, lefty. I guess we got two lefties on this show.
Because, yeah, so he holds his phone with his right hand and then he furiously beats off to what's on the phone with his left hand, and that's why his left arm is so much bigger.
Wow.
Jeremy likes your couch a lot. Now, it's a recliner mentioned earlier in the show, just so everyone knows.
A lazy boy.
Just
Yeah,
like
so
Rob.
is mine.
Mine is not. Mine is an off-brand, but it's very comfortable. I use it as a computer chair. It's great. I went through so many gaming chairs and whatever the fuck, and they're just all. I mean, I'm a big guy. I feel like I go through chairs very quickly, unless they're super sturdy. Like seriously, like
I had that same problem. I realized you have to buy like big and tall chairs. Like the
Mhm.
regular, like the default staple chairs, aren't made for people like that weigh over 200 pounds. Essentially.
Yep. I'm about 235 now, so it's a lot of wear and tear. But this thing is great. Like it even says in the booklet, it says like weight limit $600 or whatever, 600 pounds for a person to
All
sit
right,
in
so
it.
you have a lot of growing to do.
Yeah.
Well, you want me to test
If
the
you want.
limits of the chair? Is that what you're saying? It's for science. I'll get on it. I'll get some Arizona barbecue and just stuff my face. Send me some. I'm cheap.
El Durino says Noah has the same couch as my wife.
What was that?
Yeah.
What was that
Duderina.
Mexican accent? You just El Dorino. You just threw that in out of nowhere.
Wait, what?
Why does your wife have a? Do you live in different houses?
Yeah, I was
Why
about
don't-
to say, isn't it also your couch if it's
Yeah,
your
well,
wife's couch?
Why isn't it a joint couch?
Maybe
don't-
it's like
Rob's
in her
couch.
woman cave or something, in her wife cave.
He sweats a lot, so he's not allowed to sit on the couch.
He also
Sustained.
just said he remembers when Rob broke the chair on the air. That was a couple of times, wasn't
Oh,
it? And I want to do
No, it was both
solidarity.
me and Darren both. That
Right.
happened.
Yeah.
I was good.
Yeah,
I was
it
about to say that. I got your back. It was solidarity. I broke a chair as well, so it wasn't just Rob. To be fair.
Was it the
Those-
same chair?
No, those are flimsy chairs, though. I got to be real with you. Like, I don't typically break folding chairs.
Especially
when I
the
do-
red ones. You remember the red ones that I don't know where we got? That was like
Oh, yeah.
Rob's
Yeah, from
mom's
from
chair
my
or
childhood.
something.
Yeah, the like wrestling folding chairs.
From your
Oh,
childhood? Those chairs
yeah.
went back to your childhood?
Yeah.
So that's why they broke. They were like 25 years old.
But I remember, as I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like I kind of stumbled, but like Rob actually went down to his ass on the floor.
I don't remember.
Am I correct in saying that? I feel like it was embarrassing, but I never actually. I recovered in time.
You absolutely did. Both of us did.
I went
Both of
down
you
to the
just went like-
ground?
Yeah, we
Whoosh.
both flopped.
Like a cartoon.
But
I
it's
must be-
great that you're able to block that out of your memory to avoid the shame of reliving it.
Well, it made me thinking of another time that I broke a chair, which makes me feel even worse.
You'd to break one
Falling?
over Rob's head next time you see him from all this slander.
Oh.
No, I believe Rob if he says that. I don't have the best memory in the world.
I have an irrational fear of falling backwards on a chair. Like that to me is so scary to just like lean back and don't like fall.
But why do you keep leaning back if you're scared of that? Just don't lean back and you got no problem.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't lean back.
So are you against trust falls?
Yeah.
Like when you do the
When
security
you fall
thing?
back and Rob's supposed to catch you, like I'm about to ask you two to do on camera in front of us?
I don't think I'm gonna do it with Rob.
She doesn't trust
I
Rob.
think it's a person to person basis.
I mean, if Rob can't,
Because I just feel like Rob would get distracted by his phone. Like he would just
No,
be
what
in the
happened is,
looking
Noah,
down.
you were holding my headphones.
Oh, and I messed them up?
Yeah, and you messed them up because there's a feature on it called Speak to Chat. And what it does is when it detects the person wearing the headphones talking, it'll disable the sound coming out of the headphones. So these last 20 minutes, anytime I talked, I couldn't hear any of you
Oh, shit, I'm
respond.
sorry.
So that's why, like, if you've been watching it, I've been like just fiddling with my
Oh, I thought you were on Twitter.
yeah, no. Can someone else say something? No. Okay, there we go. Okay, here. All right, it's fixed. It's fixed.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay.
no. I was trying to be engaged, but it was very distracting.
All right, let's
This
get
is like the
Deuterino's
most-
face off of the main screen now. We
Oh,
get
yes.
it about his couch.
Oh, you look so handsome.
He's like the fifth mic all of a sudden.
Justy Rose Muffler in the chat says Deuterino's wife lives in the condo you see on tushy.com.
That's a very nice condo.
I was gonna say,
Got
I'm
a
not
pool?
familiar enough with Tushy.com to know what the condo looks like.
It's a good thing it's a 3-day weekend. You got time to catch up.
I'll get right on that. How is Tushy.com? Like, what's the what's
is
the
it?
setup of Tushy? Is it like just porn scenes, or
It's very like exotic, like high end, like shot on film. It looks like it's filmed in Europe. there's always like,
But it's called
Well,
Tushy.com?
Yeah.
it's
That's
all
what
ass
I-
fucking.
That was gonna be my response.
But it's like the classily shot, and it's just usually one-on-one or maybe two girls and a guy. It's usually the same guy,
Mhm.
and he just, his personal assistant has to come work at his fancy chalet for the weekend, and she really just shows up wanting to get a dick in her ass.
When I hear Tushy, I just think of an old, like not an old, but like maybe a '60s and up man, saying like, "Look at that girl, she got a great Tushy on her."
Yeah, I have to say, like it's like how a grandmother says, "Are we gonna wipe your tushy?" We're
Yeah.
gonna. It doesn't
Right.
sound like I'm gonna fuck you in your tushy.
Right, but I have heard
Yeah.
like old men use it in a sexual way, but it's more like endearing, like old lecherous but cute, like, oh, he's so dated, like, oh, she's got a great tush. But there was, I don't know, Sid, I don't know if you remember this. There was a spate of in the late '90s and early 2000s. There was a series of different porn lines where like older men would do these like gonzo porns where they would get women on the casting couch, young
Yeah, yeah.
girls. But it was
Randy
always like
West
old
and,
Jewish men that would
mhm.
they say things like tushy
It's
and
like
stuff
very
like that.
crispy, like tan guys with like silver hair and
Yep.
stuff.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, exactly. That's what that reminds me of when I hear tushy.com.
Yeah. Well, no, this like it is a weird name, but I mean, it is a site that it just features only anal sex. So that's what they came up with.
And-
But
yeah.
the image is very like high end.
But
As
Kyle,
Dusty Rhodes Muffler said, good cinematography.
and Kyle said you and I, Sid, should get together. What are we waiting for? Tish B'Av? Get to each other's
When is
couches. And Tish B'Av is a more minor Jewish holiday in August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's
a
like
good
not.
reference.
It's not one of the big ones. I think I probably said Tish B'Av on the. What are you waiting
Oh.
for? Tish B'Av on the air
Yeah.
once.
Yes, like just as like a random thing, and it's like a holiday that, unless you're like very, like unless you practice all the holidays, whatever, you wouldn't think of that.
But it's also, I would say, used in the Seinfeld world of like secular Judaism in the U.S. that people will say, "What?" Like it's like a reference to a far off time. Like, what are you waiting for? Tisha B'Av? Like it's a go to thing. More spoken than the actual holiday. The other one is the year Gimel. That's what I always say. It's the backwards version of
That's
Tisha
my
B'Av.
favorite
It's
Nine
like-
Inch Nails album.
It's like I've been doing that since the year Gimel, meaning like the first, since the universe was created. That's a good. My mother says that all the time. I've been at work since the year Gimel.
Gimel would be the equivalent of the letter C.
Yeah, it's like close to the beginning of the alphabet, so it's like one of the first years, I guess.
Okay.
Hoping Destroyer says the way Rob and Noah are sitting, it's the start of a porn scene, especially with those creepy couches.
I love that everybody who comes into the chat has the same observation right away.
Lamb goated. It's just one critique. It needs to be a bright neon color. You need one of those bright green couches or something.
I think
It's
my shorts have
burns.
to be shorter also, and I just need to be in like a bra.
All right, we'll do that in the final half hour of the program, ladies and
For
gentlemen.
Patreon. For the
Let's get that.
Patreon.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to give them a tease, and then they go buy the Patreon.
Oh, she's giving a tease right now.
There we go.
There's a little leg. Juderino asks, what's the Hasidic community like in Arizona?
Noah?
And there's actually quite a Jewish community. I don't know Hasidic, but
Rob's sitting with it right now.
It doubled when Rob got off.
Noah lives like half a mile from like a Jewish university,
Oh,
and like
wow.
Not a
What's it called?
university, like
a Jewish center or something.
yeah, like the
Yeshiva
ACC,
Rumbum. West.
the Jewish Federation. There's like a synagogue. There's actually I've met a lot of Jewish people
They love the desert, believe
of
it or
all
not.
different types of sects or whatever, like Reform, Conservative. I have seen a Hasidic Jew, but not like the Satmar Jews that we have in Brooklyn.
It's very
Just, like-
hot to be wearing that shit.
Yeah,
in
oh my
Arizona.
God.
Yeah, like no coat and the big hat or whatever.
They get to
But
wear a mesh.
It fits them. So
That's
it
where
fits 'em.
Danzig clothes. No, so what you're saying is the Jews have a lot of sex in Arizona.
Yes.
What else is there to
Sex
do?
or sex?
That
Anal
was the joke.
sects.
That was the joke.
I got it.
They have a lot of mitzvah bepeh over there.
A little hook and ball torture.
Yeah, no, it's nice. You have everything.
Hoping Destroyer just keeps with the question. He's asking, "What's Noah doing now? Is she working some community job? Her voice reminds me of governmental employees."
What?
Say, Noah, could you say all of our lines are currently busy now? Please stay on hold, and the first representative will serve you soon.
It's a big line reading.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah, that
ahead.
was a
Go.
All of our lines are currently busy right now. Please hold, and we will put you in touch with a local representative.
Oh.
Well,
that's
Noah's
just
always
something.
had a great pro radio voice.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in awe of how good your radio voice
A good
is.
marketing guy voice or a tele service.
Telenovela.
I have one clip of you that we used to attach to all our when it was Metal Injection, all of our clips, which was like, to hear more, go to metalinjection.com. It's like it's the best like produced thing we ever did, that 5-second clip.
Thanks.
To hear more, or go to metalinjection.com .net/livecast. Never bought .com, sorry.
They just
That's
wanted
the
too many
model.
USD. Now is the time. Now I
Buy
can
low.
afford it now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Imagine.
80,000
Oh.
USD.
Tell the net worth guy.
Easy peasy.
80,000 USD.
Yeah, cha-ching. You gotta like lower it. You gotta make sure that website stays perfectly accurate as it is now.
Maybe that's the website you could buy.
You should buy loanagreement.com or whatever the fuck that Zamboni
Dollar
company
Loan
is.
Center.
Yeah.
It comes with a Zamboni. That's a pretty sweet deal.
Listen,
Like they have to have money. Like Vince Neil isn't going to roll out of bed for nothing. You know.
well, I was gonna say the opposite. They're close to the end because they're hiring Vince Neil. Like, let's just
Yeah.
wait a few months and you might get it on conscription or something.
Or when they're sitting around in their conference room, they're like, okay, which audience is the most likely to be in debt and desperate enough for the service? So that's what they think of the audience of Vince Neil, not so much of Vince Neil, maybe.
Oh, so they didn't give him a salary; they paid him in a loan. Is that what you're saying?
I think what they do is they have one of their interns staked out at the offices of an LA bankruptcy attorney. And anytime they see a celebrity enter or exit the building, they're like, all right, that guy's probably going to say yes if we make an offer.
All right.
Or Vince Neil actually took out a loan from Dollar Loan, and he hasn't been able to pay it back in so long that they're like, all right, look, we'll forgive your
Like
loan.
when you can't afford your dinner check, so they make you wash dishes.
Yeah, you got to jump on that Zamboni though, Vince.
This is the board meeting. Okay, what celebrity fits in our budget that won't fall off a Zamboni? Okay, Vince Neil barely.
If we strap him in, he won't fall off. Just got to make sure those buckles are tight. Oh my God. What a weird.
We rented out the hockey arena, but we can't crack the ice. It's very important. They gave us that directive, so we need the celebrities who are cheap enough to do this ad, but won't fall off the vehicle.
I do also, we've joked about Holidiets so many times here on the live cast.
I can hear it.
And I want to point out that there is someone in our chat, or I don't have someone in our chat, but so Holidiets is, for our newer listeners, it is what Americans call aspic salad.
Americans don't call it that because we don't eat that crap.
Yeah.
I guess the French call it that.
And it
call it
kind
the
of
blob.
sounds like a slur. And you
Aspic?
and you feel like it is
Yeah.
a slur to your body when you eat
Yeah. It's
I feel
offensive on any level.
It's more truth in advertising because it has ass in it.
it. Yeah.
Ass pick.
Rob gets a lot of ass pics sent to him.
It's true.
Any salad?
That's how I judge. There's some salad tossing. Yeah, there you
You
go.
just print out all the picks you get and make a salad out of it. That's ass pick salad.
Tastes better, healthier.
But no, it is essentially a savory jello, a savory gelatin. That's aspic salad. Whereas like jello would be like, strawberry flavored. Aspic salad is chicken broth flavored, So
Savory.
somebody sent us a tutorial on how to make a very it's called Chicken Buffet.
We don't need to
Aspect.
spread this.
Burn it.
I'm stopping this right now for the sake
Yeah.
of humanity.
Pull the plug on the internet,
Oh,
Noah.
Welcome back to another episode of
Ugh.
Retro Recipes.
That's like a
This week, we will be
titty
making a
swaying
chicken
back.
buffet in Aspen. Begin to cut your cool.
Ew.
okay. So far, it's still good.
Add a small drizzle of the strained broth to the bottom of the mold and allow to cool until
Wait, you got to
it
put
wiggles.
mold in this? That makes sense.
Continue
Yeah.
adding more stock, cooling, and then repeat the layering process.
Ugh.
Time for peas.
no.
The more
Oh,
ornate
Sid!
the
Never
design,
time for
the
peas.
more beautiful the dish will appear. Finish the layering and then fill the mold to the top with the remaining gelatin broth.
More
Carefully
peas!
transfer to a refrigerator. That's just wonderful. Look at that jiggle.
Mm.
After that very first bite, you'll be absolutely speechless.
He's in tears.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
You'll have plenty of people say, welcome back
Yeah.
to another episode of Retro
Exactly. And that looks more appetizing than the stuff that Rob would eat. And it's
No, it
still
doesn't.
hideously disgusting.
I just want to tell a little story about how immature I am. When I first started dating Jennifer, we both hate peas. So we would anytime we'd go to an Indian restaurant, the rice would come with peas. So it just became a meme in our relationship that we would take all the peas out and throw them at each other and try not to get caught by the waitstaff. We'd be sitting in a corner and like flick a pea at each other. That's how much we despise peas.
So you
They
give each
became
other
ammo.
pea facials.
Yes, we peed on each other.
Just green peas or all peas? Chickpeas?
What?
Chickpeas,
Oh.
I don't mind, but they have to
not
be
the
in
same
something.
thing.
I can't just eat a spoonful of chickpeas. Like if there's like chana masala or something, like there's a nice sauce to it, I'll eat that. That's good. But just chickpeas, like a spoonful of chickpeas, fuck no.
I can do it. It's still love me some chickpeas.
But green
Roast them
peas,
bitches.
Green peas are just disgusting.
Yeah, not a fan.
They're just boring. I don't know if they're disgusting. They're
So why do
they're
they
there.
exist?
But they
Why?
have a-
Why?
they-
what
they-
what is the purpose?
They have
I
a
like when they're-
specific taste to them, though. Sorry.
I like when they're in like a pasta dish with vodka sauce. I like when they put peas in that.
How do
I'll
you feel
eat
about peas
it,
and
but
pasta?
I try to avoid grabbing any with my fork if I can.
Right, I love vodka sauce, so
Yeah.
like I wouldn't. It's not worth the time for me to go to pick out the peas. It's not that disgusting, but it's like it just doesn't add to the dish for me.
It feels like
Oh.
the for some reason like the restaurant's like, all right, this dish has to weigh this amount, and we don't want to use any more pasta. We need like 2 more ounces on
Yeah.
the scale. Just throw some fucking peas in there, whatever. Because like, what do
Yeah.
peas have to
Funny.
do with vodka sauce?
Here's-
It doesn't seem like a natural connection to me, and it's like a thing, and I don't get why.
almost to
Just
finish
sure.
it with the vodka sauce. Bring me 40,000 apiece right
yeah,
now.
it's exactly, yeah, why?
When we were watching that aspic salad video,
Mhm.
for like the first thing that came to my head was that child like lullaby thing. It's like a song and it goes, and the dish ran away with the spoon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like now I know why the dish ran away with the spoon, because there was an aspic salad
Ah.
in the kitchen.
We gotta get the fuck as far away from here as we possibly can.
It made objects come to life to run away from this disgusting fucking salad.
You called it.
Salad.
Rob.
Did that look like delicious to you? Like, were you like,
No, that did not look.
What would you have
appetizing to me at all.
changed? What was wrong with it? How would
They
you?
ruined-
I didn't like the layering. I didn't
You
like
just
the
want it all
layering.
smushed up. You want it even more chaotic.
I want it as like one. I don't need a tower. I need like a ranch style.
You only like your
Hollandaise.
seafood in tower form.
He wants a split
Yeah,
level
only my seafood
Hollandaise.
in tower. Yes.
I would say, and this is a low bar, granted, that was the least disgusting looking Hollandaise that I've ever seen in my life.
But is it also
Yeah.
just because you saw how it was made? Like because you don't see how the Russians were made? You just don't. conceive how there's actual food inside of it. That
Well,
it's
if
just a
he
piece
was
of...
to see, if he was to go into the back of National or whatever and see how the Russian one is made, you probably wouldn't even want to.
Okay, that's fair.
I
That's
was
fair.
just going on the presentation. Like I really thought they took a disgusting food and made the best possible version of it, and it's still disgusting. But at least there's some presentation to it.
I did like that they tried it and were disgusted with it. That really
They couldn't.
brought it all home.
They couldn't even put on a good face for 3 seconds in an edited video. That's the best footage they got of their reaction. It was like, oh, that's good.
And they're like, okay, we got it. Let's not try anymore.
He makes the same face I make on that video when we eat that shit.
Mm-hmm. Fucking horrible.
Where'd Noah go?
So, she had to get
Chicken
water or
dookie?
something.
Let's get a camera in there.
What?
It's for the fans. R.I.P. and OnlyFans.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys saw, but the drummer of Limp Bizkit was on
A Zamboni?
he was on a dancing show.
Oh.
Come Dance With Me is the
Oh.
name of the show.
So they have to do both?
Just a little cum dance.
Oh,
I don't-
oh, it's one thing. It's a cum dance. All right.
They
I
just
thought
have
they
to
had to
dance.
do. There was 2 portions to this competition.
What is this? Sorry,
Come-
all that pee talk.
We're talking
Yeah.
about cum dancing.
Yes.
All right, let me share the screen so we could all watch this.
That's
Rob
called-
joining the Alvin Ailey School for cum dancing.
It's cum dance with me. It's like firewalk with me.
So it's a CBS show, and I guess John Otto, the famous drummer of Limp Bizkit.
Famous
wouldn't
in
have-
quotes.
You could have
I don't
given
know
me,
that one.
offered me $10 million to name the drummer of Limp
Yeah, no.
Bizkit, and I wouldn't even have been in the right part of the alphabet.
Oh, really? I don't know. I think it's I think it's just one of those things. Is Fred Durst shouts him out in like one of the, like, John Otto, take him to the Matthews Bridge.
I'm not a
Something
good
like
enough
that.
of a Limp Bizkit fan. Sorry. Also, you
Don't be
like,
sorry.
you ran a metal site. I mean, you have a leg up on knowing who
That's
these horrible
fair.
people are.
But I mean, I did know it even before
Fair
it
enough.
happened. So let's see. Let's
My
see this
dad
clip.
is always gone. I don't really get to spend quality time with him. Dad,
Is that Matt
will
Pinfield?
you come dance with me?
That's John Otto.
No.
I want to be the best that I can be in this moment.
Oh, you
like
dance
that?
with your daughter or something? Is that what this
Yes.
is?
Come dance with
This
me.
is
Oh,
Paul
that's so
Giamatti
sweet.
on behalf of Dollar Loan
I want
Center.
to give her the chance I never had.
You really were a star.
I feel really bad
Wait.
for making the cum dance joke now.
No, you don't.
Shines.
This is parents dancing with their children.
Yes, it's Dancing with the Stars, but parents and children.
That's I don't like
Yeah.
this.
This is like that thing where they do in like Texas and Oklahoma where they have the daddies have their
Daddy
prom with
daughter
the
dance.
daughter. Yeah.
It's been so much for me.
This is terrible.
Who
This
are
is-
these people? Are these all celebrities
I
that
don't.
I've never seen
I don't
before?
recognize any. Yeah, I don't recognize any of these other. Well, if you think about it, if John Otto is the level of celebrity CBS is getting, John Otto, like you said, is like a 4th-rate new metal celebrity. So
No.
that's how low in the barrel they're
No,
diving.
you're okay. Think from like a casting perspective, like how like bottom of the barrel you have to dig deep to find people
Yeah.
who are into incest, and they want to do it on national television.
These are the people that they got rejected from the Zamboni commercial. That they just
Well,
they just
some of these
snapped them up.
aren't. Some of these are like mother and daughter. It looks like. What if it's just
So
like? What if it's not a celebrity thing and it's just John Otto's daughter is just such a fan that she asked him to come on?
I
Right?
mean, it's possible.
What if John Otto just needed the money?
I don't know.
That might be
Maybe.
the truest statement of a.
Used to pay
Yeah.
$162.
What if
Let's-
like John Otto got a really bad deal? He didn't read the fine print when he signed with Limp Bizkit to like he gets nothing. He gets like a minimum wage from Limp Bizkit.
I mean, it's a possibility for sure. Who knows what their deal is? But let's see this fuller clip of John Otto.
I don't know if I want to see.
Oh, well, look at
Smooth.
this targeting here for auto insurance.
I don't know if I want to see John Otto at his fullest. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Oh, what is it?
John Otto is the drummer of Limp Bizkit. I already forgot.
Yes.
No, don't bother your pretty head with details like that. It's just a waste of space.
I just want to have the best for myself.
It's useless.
Dusty Rhodes Buffer with a good call. They should get Stan Lane and Lauren Boebert on that show.
A+.
With 2 left feet are now getting schooled by their
Dancing with the Jobbers.
It says from limping to dancing.
It's not literal, guys.
NCIS Los Angeles stars Chris O'Donnell and LL Cool J.
Wow, LL Cool J's daughter looks like Chris O'Donnell. That's crazy.
Which, by the way, how did they come up? Like, did they really come up? Like, could you imagine Chris O'Donnell and LL Cool J sitting in a room and be like, all right, CBS wants us to come up with the show. What could we do? What could we do? I got it. Father, daughter, dancing. Like, no.
Yeah. Why not?
Is it all father, daughter, or the sons too, and mothers?
Yeah, there's mother, daughter too, yeah.
What happened was Chris O'Donnell walked in on LL on the father-daughter swap Pornhub page. He's like, well, we can't do this, but we could do like, what's the PG version of this, LL?
Wait, father-daughter swap. So, like, fathers bring their daughters to another father to swap. To have
Yeah,
sex?
and they fuck in front of each other. Yes, it's a very strange. It's not actual fathers and daughters, obviously, but even the concept is very bizarre. It's just two old guys fucking two young girls, but in the story of the clip,
everyone's pretend.
Well, if they're swapping, it wouldn't matter, right?
But they're still fucking in front of each other.
Oh,
it's just very bizarre. Like, that's an even weirder concept than "Come Dance with Me."
By the way, next week on that show, it's Lawrence and Montana Fishburne.
Oh no! On which way could be?
Both.
Oh dear.
And then they're on the Zamboni next week.
The sad thing is, she's probably old enough now to do MILF porn.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like almost the inverse of the stepmom porn of the mid-aughts that has been.
That hasn't gone anywhere, Robert. You might have moved on personally in your porn journey.
Well, the only reason I know is because I just remember, like, on torrent sites and whatnot, like every pop-up was for like MILF Hunter or you know.
And to be a MILF, I think you have to be 6 years old in the porn industry.
Not even. They're just they have like early 20s women that are like MILFs. But that's just occurred to me. A good question, Rob. Do they have the equivalent of that in gay porn? Like, do they have stepdad and stepson stuff?
Yeah, there's sites called like Say Uncle. But yeah, there Say Uncle is one, and I'm not really into it. I am not into it. Period.
You.
But one other one is FamilyDick.com, where it's just various families. It would be like a stepfather comes home and the son that didn't clean his room.
Back from college.
Yeah, stuff like that.
It's very hot. He's having some lemonade and he spills it on his chest.
Yeah, there was one scene. There was one scene that like a father caught a son jerking off to gay porn, and he was like, "Oh well, if you don't want me to tell your mom, you got to suck my dick."
Oh my god, that's
dirty dick. So it's lucky there's a family dick. Because I was thinking it would be like with those videos. Hey, you remember that time I was sucking your dick in front of your college classes? Remember that? Hey, Lois.
Say Uncle 3 times and he appears like Candyman. So
When you said say Uncle, I thought, I can't remember the name of that porn site, but no. The one where the women would fight like MMA and then like lick each other's vaginas at the end of it.
Ultimate Surrender or something?
Yes.
Like
that's it.
Yes.
That should be.
Yeah, there's
the gay version of that should be Say Uncle.
The gay version was Naked Combat.
Oh, okay. Well, the gay version of that is pro wrestling.
No, but with the Naked Combat, it ended in sex. Well, what was interesting about Naked Combat was it was a quote unquote shoot fight. Like it was like these two guys would like grapple for points for like takedowns or whatever, and then the second round is it would be in jock straps, and you would get points for every dick grab or every like finger blast you give the other person.
So they're trying to not get finger. Isn't that? Don't they want that though? Like they have to try to not.
it's a 3-round thing, and then at the end of the rounds, the points are calculated, and then the winner gets to decide: do I want to fuck the loser, or do I want to be fucked by the loser?
That's
And
good.
then
I was gonna say if the winner got to be the top, that would be very discriminatory. As if that's
right,
better.
It's up to the winner how they want to receive their reward. If they want
Sort
to
of
dominate
everything.
the loser, or if they want the loser, like there's dom bottoms, there's power bottoms.
That's
So,
good. I actually thought of that snag, and you actually preemptively said yes. That's
they've
actually
thought
what
of
they
it
do.
all. It was in that big San Francisco castle, because I know they also had like straight porn in that. It was like a kink.com. Was that it?
Oh,
Yeah, so it was,
Tushy.com.
different brand from Tushy.
could we do a fantasy league of this?
I would love that.
We each draft like a roster of naked combat dudes, and then based on their stats and their win-loss record, we get points.
Yeah.
And then
We
whoever
have to
wins the
watch it.
fantasy league gets to top whoever they want or bottom.
Thank you. Dusty Rhodes Muffler knows the location. It's the Armory in San Francisco.
He probably works there.
Sid, I'm trying to move Magnus Rock Hardson before the deadline. You have any interest?
I like trading for the sake of trade, so I'm
All right.
I'm game.
You show me who
Sadly-
you're willing to part with.
Sadly, I think because of COVID, that site no longer exists.
Oh.
Because they moved out of the Armory. They sold it. I feel, because I think the rent, gentrification in San Francisco strikes again, strikes the porn industry.
Fucking Pelosi.
Who bought the Armory?
I'm not sure, but they had to sell it. They had to move out, which is crazy because
It's
they
a new,
had.
It's a new corporate office for Facebook.
That's probably right.
Well done.
Those dungeons. Oh my god.
Yeah, everything is already built in. They don't have to do any kind of construction.
They even have a Zamboni in the garage for when their Facebook goes under. They have to start doing those commercials.
Okay, what is a Zamboni?
That's the
I don't
thing
know
that
what it
Vince
is.
Neil was riding around on in the commercial. That
And the hockey rink when they smooth out the
Oh,
ice.
that's what it's called, a Zamboni?
Yeah.
I
It's
did
just
like
an ice truck.
12 callbacks that you didn't ask me once. Wow, I feel like the
I just thought it was like a funny Italian word.
yeah, he was riding around on the pizza gain over there.
I think I was thinking of Stromboli. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay. All right,
He's probably written more of those than a Zamboni, I'll be honest with you.
Zamboni Jabroni, says Dusty Rhodes Muffler.
Exactly right.
He's riding around on this Julia Dell in the other commercial.
All right. Well, let's talk about our Spotify playlist, our Spotify picks. Every week, we each like to pick a song and we throw it in a Spotify playlist that we call the RIP Livecast Music Break. You can head over there and check out all the songs. We have over 300 songs in there. It's over 24 hours of music right now, 24 hours and 21 minutes. And my pick this week, I picked Computer Games by George Clinton. I believe on this very show, I was talking about how I wanted to get into George Clinton. Guess what? I did it. It's done. I'm a fan now.
Awesome.
And really, I mean, not that this was a surprise. I knew this, but the entire West Coast hip hop scene has sampled so many George Clinton tracks that you just hear so much Dr. Dre in it. It's crazy how much influence he's had. And it's just really, really good synthy funk from the early 80s. So I picked the title track to his most popular album, Computer Games. And Sid, what did you pick?
Well, the last few weeks I was talking about how I was reading that book about SST records. I finally finished it. I'm a very slow reader these days, but the book did a really good job of at least in some small part touching on basically every release they ever put out. So there was hundreds that I had never even heard of, one of which was a female guitar shredder in the 80s named Sylvia Juncosa, and her song Lick My Pussy, Eddie Van Halen. It's an instrumental,
I love it.
Guitar shredding track by this lady, and it's fantastic. No, I think you'd really get a kick out of it, and it's called Lick My Pussy, Eddie Van Halen. So there you go. That's my pick.
I thought that like the only female shredder of like the 80s was the Great Cat. But I'm so glad there's more.
Yeah. This
But
is
Joan
more on
Jett,
the
Lita
indie
Ford.
side. Yeah.
Yeah, what about
Well,
Lita,
I mean,
Lita
no,
Ford?
like shredders, like you know,
Oh.
they
Sorry.
Joan Jett or whatever, like they just play chords. I wouldn't.
Well, Lita Ford would solo. She
Oh yeah, Lita Ford. Right. Okay, Lita Ford.
The Great Cat is doing that Zamboni commercial next week.
Yeah.
She wishes.
Yeah.
She would love
That'd be a
that.
step up. At
Yeah.
this point.
Oh.
I would get press releases like as recently as like 2 years ago from like the Great Cat publicist at AOL.com. Like, please write. It's probably her. Yeah. Like, please write about my new like guitar tab book or whatever.
So is that a common thing that the publicist's email is not just their name, like Joe Blow at Gmail, like it's the person's publicist at AOL or whatever.com?
No, that is not common at all. That's how
That's how you
hilarious.
figured
Yeah.
out who it really was.
It's typically like something promotions, you know,
Oh,
like they
okay.
have their own domain.
I got you.
Yeah. So Darren, what did you pick?
Well, in honor of Noah coming back, and I know Noah's a huge prog rock fan, so I played one of I'm not like the world's biggest prog rock fan, but one of the bands I really like is Uriah Heep. No, I don't know if you're a fan of Uriah Heep, but I played The Wizard
Rainbow
by
Deep.
Uriah Heep.
Nice.
And I always liked their, like, they would always, how I got into Uriah Heep was they would always play on K-Rock when K-Rock was classic rock. And Howard Stern would end. I would just listen to Howard Stern all morning on the terrestrial radio. And it would just end, and it would go into all these classic rock songs. And Uriah Heep was like one of the 7 bands they would play all day. So that was for you, Noah. I love you.
Was Yuli John Roth in that band, or is that a different?
Hold on, I was telling Noah how much I love her. Noah, I love you, and I'm very happy to have you back on the show. And it was a lot of fun. So welcome. You're welcome anytime.
Actually, you picked a really great band because the way that I found out about Uriah Heep, Winterzorg covered the song Rainbow Demon. And I was like, I really like this song. And then when I looked into it, I was like, the original was by Uriah Heep.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, this band's cool.
Yeah, they are. They got a very not dated sound for that type of era, like a lot of these classic rock bands. Now you listen to them, they sound like they were playing through like a tin wash tub or something. Like they have a very good modern sounding sound, but still also reflects that era too.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, Darren.
You're welcome.
I love you too.
And Noah, what was your pick?
Well, there is a band that I am just like obsessed with, and I want everyone to go and check them out because they need more likes on their Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And I want them. So I thought it was an American band, but it turns out they're from Germany, but they live in Los Angeles and they're going on a tour pretty soon. But I cannot get enough of the band Unprocessed. They're just incredible. And the main man, so I didn't know anything about what these guys look like. And then I was like, okay, I got to follow them on Instagram to see if they're ever going to tour. So then I was like, whoa, like this band, these guys are all like very, very handsome, and they show playthrough videos and stuff like that. I'm like, they're incredibly talented. And then the other day I went on Spotify, and again, like I don't want to look too much into bands that I'm really digging because I always end up like learning too much or it just gets too real. I just want to keep it like a little bit of like a distance, like a fair weather relationship.
I did that with Flavor Flav on this show, by the way.
So I go on Spotify and I was listening to the song Rain, which is the one that I picked for the playlist. And you know how on Spotify they show like a clip from the video? So I swiped up and I'm looking at the video, and it's the lead singer and lead guitar player, and he's in bed with another beautiful, as equally beautiful man, and they're kissing.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking hot. And the song is beautiful. And now I love this band even more. So I had to show Rob, and I think we were like stalking the lead singer yesterday. No, he was longer than that. We were just like looking into everything and looking for other videos. We watched the whole video from Rain. There's like a whole like.
We're
love story
basically
and
in the
breakup.
unprocessed fan club now.
Yes.
Guys, I don't want to
We're the
burst your
leaders.
bubble, but that footage was from FamilyDick.com.
We're like the street team now for Unprocessed and Manuel. And if he ever sees this, I don't want to like seem like I'm sexualizing you in any way, but you're so talented and you're a really great musician. You're very attractive and I like you.
Yeah, it sounds like it's kind of like Animals as Leaders, kind of soft gent, and like he has a really good voice.
Beautiful
it's a very
voice.
listenable voice.
And
I have a
such
question.
a technical player.
I mean, I only saw 1 second of that clip, but he seemed on the twinkish side. Noah, don't you like more coarse, like hairy men, like larger, beefier men? I would. Well, maybe not beefy, but like more mask presenting men.
He knows his way around a guitar. That's all Noah needs.
That's fair point. Yeah, but Noah, I just want to hear your thoughts on this.
No, I don't like. I might have things that I gravitate towards, but I mean, if you would just see a photo of him, he is just
That's fair.
undeniably gorgeous.
I can relate to that in a hetero sense. Like there's some like I have a certain type that I love in women, but there are women that I just have some aura. Oh, they're so beautiful.
They just take your breath away. Like when you see him right now, Rob is about to show you a photo. He will just take your breath away, and that's not even.
No.
Yeah. They may go against my type, but I will still find them like to be one of the sexiest women ever. I can understand that.
There we go. That. Oh,
Kerry Washington, I feel like is like that for me. Like she's thin.
No.
No. I was
This
not
guy is no
intending to
Kerry
say.
Washington. I'll say that.
I'm actually saying the fact that she's beautiful is the point. I'm saying like that her frame, like she's so thin, that's usually not what I go for, but she's so captivating that I would go, wow, she's, you know what I mean? Like I know exactly what you're saying.
Who's this? Shawn Mendes? What is this? What's happening?
No, it's just like, and that's like another thing. What I love about them, it's not like the stereotypical template of a metal band, you know, where they have to have like the long hair and the unreadable
These
shirt.
guys are just too young to have grown out their hair that much yet. They give them time.
They've been around for like 10 years also, which is a surprise to me.
Damn. And they haven't processed yet?
Are they also uncut?
I just feel very late to the game.
Well, they're German, so probably.
Well, they're going to be on Say Uncle next week, so we can.
How do you say uncle
Anyway.
in German? Rob, no?
Uncle!
Uncle.
You just scream it and do a Phil Anselmo gesture.
Oh, yeah. Onkel.
Oh, no. Did you actually know that, or did you guess?
I just guessed. I just was like, there's got to be a somewhere.
Oh, glass houses alert. Hello. Airport.
Well, you know, if you liked all the sex talk, I highly recommend you check out our Patreon, patreon.com/RIPLivecast. We do 2 bonus episodes a month. And coming up, when is the first of the month? Tuesday, right? Is the first of the month?
It's on the first, Rob. Oh, okay.
You guys
Wednesday. So we did. So the new episode of the show. It's essentially like an additional episode. There's no real kitschy format. We just, you know, we have a log of links that we like to get to, and we've had such a buildup of not timely links, like just silly stories that we could read whenever, that we did a whole episode reading a bunch of silly stories. And also, one of the stories that we talk about is this new gay sex toy called Cockblock. And let's just say I felt much more at ease at discussing what happens in the bedroom in the Patreon episode. So, but also there's a lot of adult themes. So if there's any children, keep them away from this episode. But it is a really fun episode. It comes out on Tuesday. Patreon.com.
Wednesday.
RIPLive comes out Wednesday. RIPL Livecast, patreon.com/RIPL Livecast. And we have a ton of great episodes in the Patreon archive, which you have access to all of our bonus episodes, including our watch-alongs of Judge Steve Harvey. We just posted a really, really fun episode a week or two ago where we did a watch-along of the Terry Funk versus Onita barbed wire exploding ring match.
Oh my God.
Which was, even if you're not a wrestling fan, you will have a really fun time hanging out with us watching this insane match. Other watch-alongs we've done is we've done the Kiss movie. What was it at the Phantom of the Park. We've done.
There's a video of Noah teaching us how to make candied bacon.
Oh yeah,
That was great.
Oh yeah, that's a blast from.
What else? What are some other episodes in our archive that stand out to you guys? We have a great episode on Mike Francesa. That's one of my all-time favorites.
I like your roll and roast. I was telling Rob that whenever you guys go and do any type of like eating thing, it's just, even if you think it's just like, oh, it's us eating, it's so entertaining.
Oh.
So you guys going to roll and roaster was just such a treat.
For us as well, except when we ate the pizza.
It wasn't as bad as we thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise.
So it's patreon.com/RIP Livecast. $5 a month gets you all those bonus episodes. If you want us, and beyond the bonus episodes, you also get rewards in our Discord. You get a nice little badge. And I also should mention that our Discord is completely free. You don't need to be on Patreon to be on our Discord. You get the invite link in any of our episode descriptions. Come in and hang out with us. We're in there all the time. We make jokes. We goof around. And honestly, if you're feeling down and you need somebody to tell you that you are loved and you are welcome in this world, we are here for you. I've been noticing that some of our listeners, much like all of us, have been a little down.
Yeah.
It's been a rough few years. So the only way we can get through this is together. So we're all here for you.
That's a nice message.
And we love you. And so come hang out with us. But then if you really love us, give us $10 and you can become a top.
Not a nice message.
Okay, now that was a shitty transition.
Before you do the shout outs, could I do the RIP?
Oh yeah, what is RIP?
Before I forget, this week in honor of you two sitting with each other so comfortably, we'll go with reenacting internet porn.
That is good. Wait, did you come up with that? Where did that come from?
That's
from up there.
RIP.
Sid.
That's a segment we do now, Noah. Every week
if I
remember what RIP stands for. If you remember.
Sid,
that makes it more impressive. Half the time you remember 3 minutes before the end of the show and just come up with it on the
I'm
spot.
fucking scrambling. Half the time I come up with it, and then 5 minutes pass, and I forget what I came up with, and then I have to scramble all over again.
It's like an improv thing where you like tell someone something and they have to do it right away.
So how should we do our shout outs this week?
Maybe in like a sexy voice.
I'm getting like some acid reflux, so somebody else.
Can you do it as Vince Neil reading a list of people's names while falling off a Zamboni? Trying to balance yourself on a Zamboni while reading a list of names.
Or, Rob, maybe do it as the uncle in one of those Say Uncle videos, and you're propositioning the fans as your nephew.
Oh, no. Okay.
Step nephew. Right. Let's be legal about it.
Sure.
Eric, what have you and Benjamin been up to? Do you want me to call El Deuterino? I'm going to get you in trouble with Dan R. Sam, I am going to unzip my pants. And you are going to lick Mindy Mayer's kipper.
Hope she washed it.
That's right. That's right. Just like that. Don't worry, I won't tell Jander. He's busy with Chasseur Sassusits. Don't worry, it's just you and me in here, Cattle Decaf. Yeah. Take it off just like Rob Vampiro would. And you know what I always say? Hugo likes tacos. So bend over and show me those Lando Danks. And then I want to take a sip of the LaCroix. And also Corey and Scotty H. And then I want to... Oh, Doug, you are such a pig, man. Oh, Douglas, who are you, Levison? Who are you? Hey. guys. It's Josh. Oh, your mom's here. Bye. All right. That's that.
That was good.
I feel very dirty, but thank you all for listening. Noah, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
Thanks
hosting.
for coming over to do the show with me.
Yeah, anytime. I'll be back. And we love you all. Thank you all, as always, for listening.
Don't fall into any cacti on your hike, Rob.
I won't.
Don't fall into any cack either.
Well, he's allowed.
Can't promise that.